YouTube world, right? This is the quarantine tank. The female electric blue card has already been in it since Monday, and the filter came in, and we're doing a review on the filter. Workbench, and yes, this is the filter, and yes, it fits in my hand. Like, wow, it's tiny. So let's go ahead and unravel it. It's got a lot of little parts here, and supposedly it has a surface skimmer built into the filter. I looked at all that correctly. I really need to get one of these tripods so I can actually put the phone on a tripod, and then I can use both of my hands. Come out of the box. Oh wow, look how tiny this thing is. So I paid $9.99 and free shipping and handling. This is the smallest little tiny thing I have ever seen, but look at that sponge filter in there. Bam! Maximize that beneficial bacteria living space. This is a nice little thing right here. All right, let's check out this. This is the magic right here. I'm gonna go ahead and oh, it doesn't. I gotta open it. Opened it. So here's the surface skimmer. That's cool, right? And it has little things on the bottom so it holds air so it doesn't actually sink. And then this is adjustable. And interesting. This works. I think it goes like this, and you could just change it. Aha! Usually the black thing is usually on top like this, you know what I'm saying? But I guess they got it straight forward. And then this, wow, they got all types of pieces. So this will go inside of the filter most likely. I bet you this connects to this. Then I bet you this connects to this. And I bet you this. No, that can't work because they're supposed to move up and down. And then this, I bet you, goes on the bottom. Maybe. Who knows? It's weird. But alrighty, I'll be right back. Oh no, I figured it out. You know what it is? It's supposed to be like this, and then like this, because this goes in here and moves nice and freely. Because you don't want it to be snug on anything. Because if it would have went on here, it would have been snug. You know what I'm saying? But here, it's nice and loose because it's supposed to float up and down according to the water level. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to have a good inch space, so that's what it's supposed to do. And then you connect it to here, and then I guess this is an extension to make it the intake longer, and then you can put that here. Wow, that is a badass 10-gallon filter. I'm talking about. Look at all that sponge in there. That thing can hold as much filtration as a Whisper 20-gallon. You know what I'm talking about? This is a really beefy. And then if this really works, it's also a surface skimmer. That means it's going to pull the nastiness from the top of the water, will build up like usually food, like proteins and stuff like that, like grease. It likes to build up on top of the water, so it's going to suck that in too. That's beautiful. Check that out. Alright, let's give it an install. Put it together real quick. I went ahead and get that extra extension on there because, yeah, it's a 10-gallon tank. It's going to need that extension. And yeah, it's looking gorgeous. It is really a small filter, but I bet you this thing has more power than a lot of filters out there. Let's give it a final install. I wanted to mention one thing real quick. The connections on the extension and the surface skimmer, they have like these rubber gaskets in it, so they make a really flush and tight fit. I like that. But what I noticed trying to get it on a 10-gallon tank, it is designed, it says made for 10-gallon tanks, you know, it filters up to 10 gallons. So I figured it would fit on a 10-gallon tank, but it does not. Oops. It does not. It's literally too tight. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to actually cut away at this to allow it to sit in there properly, because the surface skimmer is not even all the way in there like it's supposed to be, even if I do try to kind of force it in, but you know, it's still sitting way too high. So I'm going to have to adjust the rim here, cut that basically off. It's really easy. I just use some wire cutters. Clip here, clip there, and then push down, breaks right off. It's just plastic. And yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Like I said, I just used some wire clippers, and basically I just clipped a piece of right here and clipped a piece and then pushed down. As you can see, it broke off before the clipping piece, but it's still definitely wide enough. So now it should fit in there with no problem, which that's me knocking stuff over. Yeah, it's the closet, it's a little tight in here. But yeah, see, now the surface skimmer is actually floating like it's supposed to, and as the water level drops, it will go down with it, so that's perfect. Wow, that thing is nice. That's the coolest. I mean, I'm talking about, it's not even, it might be 3 inches wide. It's maybe 3 inches wide. That's the most powerful 3-inch wide, maybe 3.5, 4 inches max tall filter. This is beautiful looking. Let's go ahead and plug it in. I got one spot right here. Yeah, I gotta say, before you actually plug it in, we gotta put some water in there so it doesn't run dry. Go ahead and do that. I got that water right there. I got this container. We're gonna use this container. Go ahead and use this container. You put a little bit of water in there, nothing much. Boom, perfect. Now we're good. Now we're actually good. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Alright, I just plugged it in. It's trying to get some water. There it goes. Ah! And it's sucking. You can see it's sucking water in too because it fell and you can see the water going. Wow! Look at that. You see the water? Wow! It's trying to suck in the air too. Wow! Can we adjust the pressure? Oh wow, look at it has a lot of pressure. You can see it has a lot of pressure. So that slows it down and makes it faster. Oh, okay, I see it. Oh, okay, so that's wide open actually, and this will slow it down. Yeah, see, now it's happy. Now it's not happy with me. But this will actually slow it down. So this is really slow, and then this is wide open. So you can actually leave it like that too, and it would be wide open. Yep, so we're gonna leave it like this. And I have to say, that is one pretty nifty 10, you know, rated for 10 gallons. But I want to say this, if you want to get a filter to make the water move, this is definitely not the filter. This is an awesome strong filter for having a surface skimmer and doing some extra filtration for you, know what I'm saying? But if you actually need the water to move around, you would have to get a stronger filter or get a wave maker of some sort. So I would not recommend this filter for the reason of trying to make the water move, because it's just not strong enough. As you can see, it's the bare minimum. But I really doubt when I ordered it, it's going to be like this big, you know what I'm saying, like regular size 10 gallon, you know. So that's the smallest little thing, and as you can tell, it's pretty powerful, this part right here. So it's a little bit big up there, you know what I'm saying. So that might actually get clogged up a little bit, and it does have some extra container parts for carbon, I guess. But it just has that filter in there. I don't need no carbon. It's the quarantine tank. Where did my lid go? Right. So what I might actually do is put this right here in the front so it doesn't fight it as much. And it still fights it a lot. Alright, I'll put it right back. I'll put it right back. Put it right there in the back here. Put my little thing. Alright, so I hope you guys understand what I mean by that. It is a really awesome looking filter. It has a surface skimmer on it, has a really nice size sponge. You can even have a little bit bigger sponge in there because it's designed to hold carbon or something, because it has these slits up here, but it didn't come with that. You saw how small the box was, so I gotta look into that. But what I most likely will do is just add some of this and maybe a bigger sponge just to fill it up real nice. It's definitely a power horse filter, but it's not necessarily good for moving water, you know what I'm saying. So if you had like a wave maker and this, you'd be set. Or if you had a really big powerful air stone, you know what I'm saying, maybe in 2 places, and this, because you need the water moving. You can't have it just moving right here and it's sitting still here, you know what I mean. This is one reason why I do got the big air stone to begin with. So it kind of helps, because that air stone is going to make water kind of pull like this and then up. So it's going to help. But let's say it was just this would not be efficient enough to move all this water around. It just wouldn't be. It really wouldn't be. It would just go like this. It's probably just filtering right here, you know what I mean. It's not efficient enough to filter the whole tank properly. So you do need something to help move the water around, and then this is a power horse. But by itself, it needs help, just a stronger pump. But then again, it's not big enough, so I wouldn't necessarily use it on a 10-gallon tank by itself, because like I said, it's just not strong enough to move all the water around. So it's a badass filter for a 5.5 gallon, like Mini's cat bowl. Mini's cat bowl is probably about this long, you know what I'm saying, from here to here. Yeah, seriously, it's like that long. And that would be perfect. But this tank, it's just too big, so we're going to have to put a wave maker in there or several air stones to help move the water around, so we can get good filtration going on this our Power Horse mini filter here. It really is a Power Horse. I can't be more happier with it. It works. It has adjusters on it, surface skimmer, has a nice size sponge, but it is definitely doesn't have the power to move the water around like we would want it to. Well, YouTube, that is my review on the Aquariums. Pronounce that right? It's their little own house brand, but I wouldn't recommend using on a 10 gallon. I would use it on a 5.5 gallon tanks, no bigger, unless you have a 10 gallon tank with some wave makers to help move the water around, so it can actually filter all of the water, not just the general area. You know what I'm saying? Because you really do got to think about that, how the water comes out, how far it pushes it out. Because if it really just goes like this, then you know you're going to have still water on one side. That's no good. We shouldn't have no problem here because we have a really big air stone. That's what was filtering for the meantime, and she's doing great. She's in here somewhere in her cave. And but yeah, she is active actually when she's hungry and stuff. I fed her some bloodworms with her medicated food in it, or medication in the food. So I fed her some bloodworms because she likes to eat bloodworms a lot. And yeah, so that's the review and the update on the tank. Alright guys, I wish you an awesome night and y'all be good. Laters.